We all know that dogmen are godless creatures that really just make a mess out of human beings' lives. But what if that dogman were to live with a human? I'm Ryan Davidson, and I have been fascinated by the dogman legend, those who have seen him, and those whose lives have been touched by him. This is Lookin Back and a Grinnin. Episode 12. Hey, Roomie! Looking back and a grinnin', I hear you have a dogman ditty for me.
Hi, is this Ryan Davidson?
Yes, this is Ryan Davidson of Lookin Back and a Grinnin'. And who is speaking right now?
Hi, my name is Chris Plaster. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Chris. Very good to meet you. So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself first? Like, where are you from? What do you do? Kind of paint us a picture about your life.
Yeah, well, I live in Detroit, got a little dog, and I've been really enjoying that. I work for a nonprofit in an area called Please Please Trees. We go out and we make trees, happy. We try to get them to produce more oxygen, so we might wrap a blanket around the base of them, or
Wow.
put little decorations on them so they feel nice. And, we've been doing this for a few years.
Can you actually tell that the trees are pleased?
It takes a long time with trees. They've lived for quite a while, but I think we're really making a difference that, people's children will be able to see.
Well, fair enough. You know your industry. So, Chris, why don't you tell me a little bit about your dogman story here? Well, I'm a little curious.
Yeah, well, I gotta tell you, my roommate may be a dogman.
Really?
Yeah, so, this started a while back. A few years ago, I bought a house here in Detroit. And, there's a lot of bars and restaurants in my area. And I like to go to this bar called Buddy's, the place where everybody's your buddy. And, it's true. You keep going back to your neighborhood bar, and suddenly everybody does become your buddy.
Okay.
And that's the place. That's where I met CJ. And CJ is my roommate now.
CJ.
Yeah, CJ. S-E-A-J-A-I. CJ. Spelled just how it sounds.
Oh, it's spelled phonetically. Wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah, CJ, he's a really nice guy. He had kind of flaky skin and shaggy hair, but you can't hold that against anybody. And I didn't really think much about it.
Right.
About a year or so went down, and I saw he was kind of down on his luck and didn't have much money. Was walking out on his tabs, and I caught him sleeping in the street in this alleyway. You can't let somebody just sleep in the street like that. It's not when they're your buddy. So I brought him into the extra room, and he said he was working on getting a place with some friends of his in a couple weeks. And so I said, you know what, you just stay here for a little bit. And then, that couple weeks turned into a couple months, and it's been like 2 years now.
Chris, do you get the impression that CJ was actively looking for another place to stay?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, that's what he told me, but no, it didn't really seem to be the case.
Right. Okay. Now, Chris, other than the flaky skin, how do they live? Have you noticed?
It started off with just little things here and there. You leave the shower running for hours. Like, who does that? What's even the purpose of that? Or then you come into the kitchen and it's really hot in there and the oven is on and there's a pizza inside that's completely scorched, burning up. The smoke alarm goes off, and then he'll go and just take the battery out and not even replace the battery, just to get rid of the sound. He takes the battery out and then just walks away.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like normal roommate stuff, Chris.
Sure. And that's what I thought at first.
Yeah.
It wasn't until my neighbor started telling me about some of the antics that they've seen him doing in the nights with this group of local toughs that he's been hanging with. So they've been going out and just scrounging around and knocking over people's garbage cans and just like pissing on their doorsteps and just shitting everywhere.
Oh.
And just yelling rude remarks at like the elderly, small children. They all wear leather jackets and just run amok, tipping over garbage cans and breaking mailboxes, things like that. And my neighbors have been coming to me. They're stressed out because he's out there just terrorizing everyone. And what am I supposed to do about that?
Right.
But, you know, I keep getting told these things and start thinking, well, maybe there's something to it. Especially that part about the shitting and pissing on the doorsteps. So, I said before, I've got a little dog and, you know, little dogs will shit and piss, but I've got just so much shit and piss just building up along the side of my garage and mange. And it's just overwhelming, and I don't believe that this small dog that I have could generate all that shit and piss.
Your roommate definitely checks the shit box as far as whether or not this is a Dogman or not.
You know what he does is he brings home these salty meat snacks that are in a brown paper bag and it gets all soggy at the bottom. And I don't even eat meat, so I don't even want to touch these brown salty meat snacks. What do you think that those are?
I would have to see them and smell them to be able to give you a good idea. But do you get the idea that it would be a treat for a dog that would also promote good dental hygiene?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
It does have a very pungent smell. I've only opened the bags once, and the smell was enough to knock me back.
Okay. All right.
You know, and lately, those salty meat snacks are the only thing in the refrigerator, and they've been building up.
Oh, wow.
His room is, I can only imagine, a complete mess. Because his room is at the end of the hall, and I don't go down there much. But once I saw the door was open, and I swear it looked as if there was just shit scrawled onto the walls.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I don't know how easy that's going to be to clean up later on if there's caked on shit scrawled into messages on my walls. So that's been a real problem.
Now, so Chris, maybe try thinking this from a different point of view, okay? Now, if you need to talk to this Dogman, if this is a Dogman, and it sounds like the Dogman communicates by writing with shit on the walls, right?
Well, I'm not going to write with shit on the walls, I can tell you that.
Now, that's what I'm getting at, Chris. I'm saying, like, I think that maybe, like, just one time would be all it would be, is that you maybe write something, you know, nice, like, polite, but, you know, assertive. You are the homeowner, right?
I am.
Okay, so you don't have to deal with a landlord, which is good. But the bad part is that you are the landlord, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this is damage to my home if, you know, he ever leaves and I have to, I mean, I would imagine I would have to pay somebody if it were the shit and piss that I suspect that it is.
Right.
So...
Now, Chris, on this show, we have gained many allies in the search for Dogmen. And I'm going to actually give you the number of a friend of the show named Joe Toxic. And what Joe can do for you is, in the middle of the night, kick down your door and hogtie your Dogman roommate and take him to his zoo where he will live and be happy. You know, like, you know, but be very humane about it, you know. So I'm going to put you in touch with him, and I wish you the best of luck.
That sounds great.
Excellent. Chris, thank you so much, and best of luck with this.
Well, thank you, Ryan Davidson.
You're most welcome. Sometimes roommates just don't work out. And sometimes your roommate thinks that they're entitled to half of the security deposit even though they didn't pay it. Fucking Scott. Next week on Looking Back in a Grinnin', we meet a young girl who's got some very ill-conceived ideas as to what a dogman truly is. See you next week.